morning, this is KELOLAND on the go, with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A southeast South Dakota township has filed another lawsuit against its former township treasurer.
57-year-old Peggy Vandekieft is already serving prison time for writing more than $500,000 in fraudulent checks. In addition to time behind bars, she's supposed to pay the township $511,000 in restitution.
Board members say they have yet to see any effort for her repaying those funds. That's why they filed a federal lawsuit.
Several people were taken to the hospital after a crash north of Deadwood. The Deadwood Volunteer Fire Department says it happened around 5 o'clock Wednesday night. Officials shared these pictures from the scene. You
can see the pickup ended up on the side of a hill in some trees. Tracks can be seen leading up to the pickup. The Lawrence County Sheriff's Office and South Dakota Highway Patrol also responded to the crash.
A prescribed burn is planned for a state park in the Black Hills today.
South Dakota Wildland Fire says it'll happen on the north end of Angostura Reservoir. Parts of North Angostura Road may be closed at times due to smoke.
Firefighters are planning to burn around 130 acres. The objective of this burn is to reduce the amount of invasive grasses.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. A warm weekend on the way, Scott.
We are looking at temperatures to warm to the 70s. A couple of us may touch 80 for this weekend. And then we'll watch rain for western South Dakota early next week. Dry conditions expected next week, central and eastern South Dakota. And for today, it will be a cool day. Many of us at or below average, with highs in the upper 50s to the low to middle 60s. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Fresh off the grill, it's time for the KELOLAND Beef Burger Showdown. Bite into your favorite juicy beef burger and make your love for the patty known.
You can nominate and vote for a South Dakota restaurant with the best burger in the state. Any restaurant can be nominated as long as it's located in South Dakota.
I think it's fun if we can kind of see where the locals eat at and that type of thing, and then promote this out to everybody and see if even some of the tourists will pick it up here and there, and that's kind of getting to be the in thing now, is the tourists like to eat where the locals eat, and that's kind of a fun thing to look at.
To learn more, find this KELOLAND original by Maddie Paul on our website.
Feeding South Dakota received a generous donation from 2 organizations.
The South Dakota Cattlemen's Foundation and Jorgensen Landing Cattle donated $100,000 worth of all beef hot dogs. While it wasn't timed out on purpose, they gave the meat on the first day of National Beef Month.
We know that protein is one of the key items that our families need, and so we're excited to get these hot dogs in the boxes for families this month.
With the federal funding cuts, Feeding South Dakota has missed out on 11 loads of USDA food, which would have included beef.
They say the 168,000 hot dogs will make up 17,500 meals for families across the state.
Anytime Fitness in Brandon is asking people to lace up their running shoes in support of man's best friend.
Miles for Mutts is a 5K and fun walk set for tomorrow at Aspen Park in Brandon. The 7th annual event is a fundraiser for Beast Squad Dog Rescue, but it's about more than money.
A lot of times in rescue, in dog rescue, it's a lot of stress. You see a lot of ugly. So anytime we have an opportunity to have events like this where we see the good in people and coming out to kind of rally and support the cause to continue our mission just means the world to us.
Registration begins at 8 a.m. tomorrow, followed by the race at 9. The goal is to raise $10,000.
We provided a link with complete race details, including registration information, under this story on KELOLAND.com.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather forecast. Well, to be on the upfront outlook here today, a lot of folks will be in the 60s this afternoon with some sunshine as partly cloudy skies expected. Let's dial in a little closer to Futurecast now. And as we pick up these trends of decreasing clouds in the east, we still have a ribbon of moisture in the south central and into northern Nebraska. In fact, there's even the chance of a couple more of these widely scattered showers bubbling up in that zone. But anything that does develop will be pretty scattered scattered at best. And then with clearing skies and high pressure building in tonight, we're expecting 30s on the maps tomorrow morning. Not necessarily widespread frost, but it is a little chilly. And then during Saturday afternoon, temperatures are rebounding back into the 60s and a few low 70s. Pretty common from central into western South Dakota. And that's the beginning of a warmer trend into Sunday as winds increase from the south and southeast. It'll be running at least at 15 to 30 in central and western Kettleland. And look at Sunday afternoon. We're talking 75 to 80 degree weather from Aberdeen to Rapid City. Sioux Falls not far from that level. And then we're going to watch a system to our west. Now, the edges of that could still impact Rapid City. That's pretty important because we can use some more rain, especially in that area of South Dakota, and it looks like that's the best shot we've got in the 7-day forecast. Sioux Falls and our eastern areas, blocking high pressure ridge is going to be tough to move. And so as a result of that, the 7-day forecast is basically dry at this point until we see any short-term evidence to suggest otherwise. We're going to keep it kind of steady there in the mid-70s Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Lows at night, 45 to 50. So no threat of frost weather until further notice. Can't find any on the 7-day forecast. Even beyond that, it's going to be a while before anything like that could possibly come back, if it does at all. It could be one of those years where we may be just running here into the growing season. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Mid-May can always throw in a surprise or two once in a while. Aberdeen in the northeast, a lot like Sioux Falls, dry 7-day. A lot of 70s, pretty consistent on those temperatures. Lows at night will come back into the 40s, likely stay there. So on average, that's a departure from normal. And the temperatures in Pierre and Rapid City also above the averages, with upper 70s on Sunday and Monday. Overnight lows in the 40s. Rapid City, we're looking at temperatures into the 60s as we get toward Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's because that rain chance will be noticeable. More details online at kettleland.com.